The Sony A7V is quickly becoming one of the most talked about cameras in the photography and filmmaking world, as new leaks continue to emerge and paint a picture of a hybrid powerhouse that could dominate the market in 2025. And if you thought the A7IV was already an incredible balance of performance and value, the A7V looks set to push those boundaries even further with upgrades that are not just evolutionary but potentially revolutionary. Because according to trusted insiders, Sony has been working on a brand new sensor, reportedly in the range of 33 to 36 megapixels, built with backside illuminated technology to deliver sharper detail, better low-light performance, improved dynamic range, and more accurate color science. And this means photographers will be able to capture incredibly detailed stills with cleaner shadows and brighter highlights even in the toughest lighting conditions, while also benefiting from Sony's expertise in image processing to reduce noise without losing texture or depth. And when it comes to autofocus, which has always been one of Sony's strongest points, leaks suggest the A7V will debut an AI-driven autofocus system that could be their most advanced yet, capable of recognizing humans, animals, birds, cars, trains, insects, and even aircraft, while tracking them in real time with eye detection so accurate it almost feels like the camera can predict movement before it happens, making it an ideal tool for sports photographers, wildlife shooters, and event professionals who cannot afford to miss a critical moment. And for videographers, the story gets even more exciting, because the A7V is rumored to deliver 8,000 video recording at higher frame rates with oversampled 4,000 up to 120 frames per second, plus 10-bit for 222 two-color depth and access to Sony's Cinetone profile straight out of the camera for that cinematic look, which means creators will have extraordinary flexibility in post-production, while still enjoying beautiful results straight from the camera. And reports also mention that rolling shutter will be better controlled, heat management will be improved, and long-form recording will be more reliable thanks to a redesigned cooling system built directly into the body, solving one of the biggest complaints with the A7IV. And when you think about how much content creation today relies on high-quality video, whether it's YouTube, documentaries, or independent films, the A7V appears to be positioned as a go-to tool for hybrid shooters who need professional results in both stills and motion. And the improvements don't stop there, because burst shooting is said to reach around 15 to 20 frames per second with continuous autofocus and auto-exposure adjustments, which puts it in direct competition with higher-end sports cameras, while still retaining the versatility that made the A7 line so popular. And stabilization is another area where Sony seems ready to step up, with rumors pointing to an improved IBIS system offering up to 8 stops of compensation, allowing handheld photographers to shoot at slower shutter speeds and videographers to capture smoother footage without needing gimbals in many situations, which could be a game-changer for creators who prefer traveling light. And when it comes to usability, Sony has reportedly listened to user feedback, so we may see a redesigned body with a deeper grip, more tactile buttons, and a new, fully articulating 3.2-inch LCD screen that is brighter and more color-accurate for outdoor use, along with a next-generation electronic viewfinder that could boast up to 9.44 or even 10 million dots of resolution, providing one of the clearest EVF experiences on the market, making composition and reviewing images an absolute pleasure. And for storage, professionals will be glad to hear about dual card slots supporting both SFexpress Type A and UHS-2 SD cards, meaning creators can choose between blazing speed or affordable flexibility depending on their workflow, while connectivity upgrades are also expected, with Wi-Fi 6E and faster USB-C 3.2 ports for tethering, live streaming, or quick file transfers on the go, showing that Sony is serious about meeting the demands of a modern, fast-moving, creative environment. And early whispers even suggest that Sony could be experimenting with computational photography features similar to what smartphones use, potentially offering advanced HDR, automatic focus stacking, or a eye-assisted noise reduction that works in real time, which would make the A7V not just a hardware upgrade, but also a software leap into the future. And if those features are included, they could completely transform the way creators shoot and edit their content, reducing time spent in post-production while enhancing creative control. And one of the biggest questions fans are asking is whether Sony will finally address overheating. Because long-form video shooters had issues with the A7IV, but according to reports, the A7V will integrate improved thermal design and possibly even small passive vents to allow longer recording sessions without compromise. And in terms of pricing, leaks suggest the Sony A7V may launch in the $2,800 to $3,000 range, which positions it directly against Canon's EOS R6 Mark II and Nikon's Z6 III, but with specs like 8,000 recording, advanced AI autofocus, and potentially the best electronic viewfinder in the market. Sony could easily pull ahead as the brand, offering the most complete hybrid camera for creators. And to put this into perspective, if you're a wedding photographer who also shoots cinematic highlight reels, or a YouTuber who alternates between sit-down studio videos and outdoor vlogging, or even a professional filmmaker who wants a reliable B camera to pair with an FX3 or FX6, the A7V could be the perfect all-rounder that does it all without compromise. And what's fascinating is that some insiders claim Sony may hold back a few surprises for launch, possibly including features like internal RAW recording, enhanced slow-motion modes, or even AI-assisted real-time editing tools that could automatically generate previews of edits in camera. And while that might sound futuristic, Sony has always been ahead of the curve in pushing innovation. So it wouldn't be shocking if they tried to redefine what a hybrid camera can be. And of course the question remains, when will it launch? And while Sony hasn't confirmed anything officially, supply chain leaks and insider reports point to a possible announcement before the end of 2025, with availability rolling into early 2026, which means the wait might not be very long. And considering the pace of competition, Sony will likely want to secure its dominance in the mirrorless space sooner rather than later, because Canon and Nikon are also rumored to have new models on the horizon. And the A7V could be Sony's bold statement that they still lead the pack when it comes to innovation, reliability, and versatility. So in conclusion, if these leaks are even halfway accurate, the Sony A7V looks like it could become the most complete, balanced, and forward-thinking full-frame mirrorless camera of 2025, offering photographers stunning image quality, videographers cinema-level features, and creators of all kinds, a single tool that adapts to any situation. And that's why the buzz is growing every single day. Because the A7V is not just another update, it's shaping up to be a camera that could define the next chapter of hybrid shooting. And the only question left now is whether Sony will deliver everything we're hearing about, or save a few surprises to shock the world. When the curtain is finally lifted on what could be the most exciting alpha release in years,